Hello, I'm Lance Cardoza, your host of Business Leaders Live. This week, our Business Leader of the Week is Keith Kelley. He's with Fresno West Coalition for Economic Development. But before we talk with Keith, we have a short message from our sponsor.
Welcome to 1060 Fulton and the Lofts, offering you luxury loft living in the heart of downtown Fresno.
This is a magnificent, warm place to stay. All the amenities of a luxury apartment, beautiful kitchen, bathroom, and the views, wow, magnificent.
Your personalized tour may be scheduled by calling 559-495-1442. We hope you can come visit us soon.
But we're here at the Grizzly Bear Studios, and we're located out by the Yosemite International Airport, and we're with a real exciting guy for West Fresno, champion of the area, Keith Kelley with Fresno West Coalition for Economic Development.
Yeah, there's a little story about that change, because everybody knows us as West Fresno. Well, when Alan was as a mayor, Alan Autry, we were talking one time, and I said, why don't we change that name? I kept seeing on television where, you know, there was a news channel that had a leader that would have a police officer backing up from a West Fresno school district bus. You know, just all that negativity, you know. And I said, well, why don't we change it with Fresno's the action verb? You know what I mean? Fresno West Coalition, you know, or Fresno West. So Alan kind of took off on that. You know, he started doing that all, you know, for the rest of his administration. Yeah. Like Fresno East, or Fresno Southeast, you know, like so using Fresno as the main thing.
Good deal. I always wondered, because I knew it changed. Yeah. But and like I say, you're a champion of Fresno West. Well, and can you tell us first, just for the Business Street Online viewers that are not too sure what the coalition does, tell us a little about that.
Fresno West Coalition is an organization that was started about 10 years ago out of a grassroots effort of community residents that really wanted a shopping center in West Fresno. They really wanted to, you know, because people were catching cabs, they were taking buses, there was no shopping center that had, you know, it was markets, but they weren't like major markets that had access to all fresh and fruit, vegetables, and so anyway, so they were very successful in mobilizing the community. The city got on board finally. It took a long time, and then things just worked out. I mean, they did have some bumps in the road, like I was telling somebody earlier. We have a luncheon called Risk Taker Dream Maker, and we try to showcase people that really make a change in people's lives. Well, one of the guys that when we were doing the Kearney Palm Shopping Center, all the banks said it didn't pencil out, except for one bank, and that was United Security. That was Dennis Woods. He said it was close enough. He took a calculated chance. He just didn't take a chance. He said, no, it looks like we can do something here, and he did it, and he's been very successful ever since. It's never lost a penny. You know, people have done well. By the way, Dennis was one of our Risk Taker Dream Makers one of the years.
Dennis was with the United Security Bank.
United Security Bank, yes. So, you know, so we ended up from that, there was a foundations came to town, and they were trying to get a partnership of this initiative called California Works for Better Health. They found out if people had a good job, they usually had good health. If they had good health, they had a good job. So they said, listen, why don't we try to find some organizations that we can help fund to partnership and see if we can get people, low-income people, on the ladder to better jobs for better health, you know. So it ended up, they looked around, and they had an opportunity to talk to our board of directors at the time. Our president was Miser Keels. He was a dynamo, very icon in the community. And they met with Miser, and it ended up that they were so impressed with what the coalition had done without any money. They decided to give it an opportunity. Let's give them some money to start an organization.
Any big news coming around the corner
you know, we got, you know, we have a couple of things. We're working with the West Fresno community, the business community. We know we found out we had 1,243 businesses situated in 93706. That's a lot of business. I didn't know it was that. Well, what we're doing is that we're getting ready to do some technical assistance with them. We're going to give them an opportunity. Like maybe some of them don't have an HR department. Maybe some of them don't have a business plan. Well, we have business plans online, business plan classes. We also have an HR department that works with us. That's kind of like a mobile HR department. And there's other different things that they need. They need to understand about tax initiatives, like the empowerment zone, you know, the enterprise zone, and some of the other things of giving them assistance of whatever they need. We want to try to identify that and start working with all the businesses in West Fresno. So we decided, so we brought Social Compact. Organization was able to raise half the money for an asset map. And we were able to convince the city and partner with them in bringing Social Compact to do a drill down for the whole city of Fresno. So we have our drill down information. So that way now we're leveraging that. We've been very fortunate at the coalition. We're getting ready to hire an economic specialist with the coalition, and he's going to take that information.
Yeah.
We have an asset map from West Fresno, the assets of the community, social compact. You know that the Federal Reserve did a report on the poverty in West Fresno. You know, all these different reports, all of them have, you know, Brookings Institute did that report on this concentrated poverty.
Yeah.
They all gave recommendations. And as far as I know, a lot of the recommendations are not being followed through. Well, we're taking all those recommendations and we're going to really dissect them, bring them out, see if there's policy changes that need to be done. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're working with some of the best policy framers and policy makers in the country. And we're directly partnering with them. I mean, we work with them all the time, and they're here in Fresno now. Yeah. So we're working on, because Fresno, we have all these challenges that we've always had, even in good times.
Yeah.
Even in great times, when the boom was happening, we was having bad challenges. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so then you kind of compound that when everybody's having a challenge. There's a lot of people suffering even more. So what we're trying to do is get that balance and understand. And if it was easy, it would have been done already. It's not. It ain't going to happen overnight either, Lance. You know what I mean?
And it's just getting everybody to play together. And that's why I was asking, because there's other entities and there's other departments are all working on sometimes a common goal, and it's always good to see them all come together.
Well, RDA has been a great partner. I mean, the city of Fresno has been a partner. We work constantly with, we look at other people within. We're working right now with all the community residents and the community organizations right now, developing a stronger partnership amongst each other, because we don't want to be in these silos. But the bottom line is there's a couple of challenges with it. You don't want to be in silos, but when it comes to funding, then how do you deal with that? And that needs to be dealt with. There's no doubt about it. I mean, everybody tries to say, hey, don't follow the money. All these great cliches of don't worry about but people still have to live. I mean, I got staff. Yeah. I got 7 staff, and sometimes it fluctuates from 7 to 45. I mean, sometimes I do some some part-time temporary stuff and get some people in there for maybe anywhere from a month to 6 months, you know what I mean? So the bottom line, how long do people work on, business initiatives, for years to try to get, or even tax breaks? How long was the empowerment zone discussed before it happened? I mean, you look at civil rights, how long did it take for us to write the Bill of Rights? I mean, or Martin Luther King, to get rid of Jim Crow. I mean, that took like a lifetime. And how many times did people, say to probably, man, you guys wasting time, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you have to persevere. Because he that finished the race, what's that name? It says in the old scripture talks about. It says in due season you shall reap if you faint not. So even in that, there's a caveat. If you faint not, you got to stick with it, baby. And that's where I'm at. That's why I haven't moved. I haven't shifted. I mean, I've had plenty of opportunities.
We got about a minute left. I know you went to Hoover High.
Yeah.
You were a wrestler. You talked about Alan on your show.
I was a terror. You getting me now? I whooped everybody. Everybody knows that when I was in high school. That's been a few years ago.
So when you were growing up, what did you inspire? What were you looking to do in life?
I don't know, man. When I was growing up, I mean, of course, it's, always thinking about sports. But I saw one time, I saw a story during that whole time, during the late '60s, a lady with glasses on, pointing glasses, and she said, "We're tired of playing. We want economic development." And I didn't know what that meant. I was a kid. And I said, I looked at it, I said, this woman is asking for something. It must be something that we really need. And that always stuck with me. I remember that picture very vividly. Yeah. I wanted to be a part of a change. I wanted to help youth. That's fine, but I wanted to help in the economic development field. Something because I see that's the base. If you got money and you got a job, you got money, and a job comes from commercial development. Yeah. You go right out. Commercial development is coming if you develop the business case. That's why we went to social compact, and that's why we did an asset map. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we're trying to go right to the root of what flourishes to make it happen. Because all the other stuff, in my opinion, a lot of times, sometimes it works real well. People get a job and they continue on, but sometimes it just mandates.
Yeah. So exactly. Thank you for being on the show.
Man.
Thank you for being our Business Leader of the Week.
Well, thank you for the honor. Thank you very much.
Jill. And thank you, everybody, at BusinessStreetOnline.com for joining us again. We'll be here next Thursday at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. Keith Kelley, our Business Leader Live.